And now, IRL from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California. It's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show tonight. Allison welcomes her guests. He's a musician, podcaster, and in fact, he's my former podcast host and a person who loves exactly two things, Balky Bartakamos and the California Raisins. It's Todd Cooper. He's the co-creator of the Thrilling Adventure Hour and author of the upcoming book, Spooky Stories to Keep You Alive Despite Vampires. It's Ben Acker. Daniel Quantz is here to say he hears your no diggity, and he raises you in S diggity. I'm the bad boy of podcasting, Tony Thaxton, saying, hey, let's all listen to a podcast theme song and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison with her good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little dots pretzels. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon by Maureen Bose-Duman. Yes, I am on Patreon, and I just put up a bonus episode of The Friend Zone. That's my Patreon podcast with Betsy Sidaro, the other person who is in love with the California Raisins. We answered all your questions.
Hell yeah.
We talked about our conflicting views of Goofy's Sky School. We just went to Disneyland. California Adventure has a terrible, in my opinion, roller coaster called Goofy's Sky School. Both Elliot and I gave it a thumbs down. I felt like I was going to fly out of the roller coaster. And then Tony, the man behind this episode, by the way, this is a special number 3 Tony's Picks episode.
Tony's Picks.
That's right. We were all promised 2 episodes, which was really like a trial period, and they went so well that I said, hey, Tone Zone, how about 2 more? And
Tony's
now,
Picks.
That's right. And we're going to get to the fact that he is doing such an amazing bang-up job with the intros, it's making me respect my husband less. That's coming later, though. Anyway, on the show, we were talking about Goofy's Sky School, and we're like, someone loves that roller coaster. I was like, how is that possible? It is, it's painful. It flings you around. We thought maybe it was Jordan Morris. Turns out it's Betsy, and we got all into that. I think you actually said, Tony, that it was Betsy.
I did.
You did. Yes. I don't mean to mind fuck you with my, let me pay you a compliment, let me insult you, let me pay you a compliment, let me insult you, even though that is the way you get someone to like be under your thumb.
Well, you know what I always say. If it's said, give me the cred.
I love that you do always say that. Yeah, it's something I've begun saying around my house now, too.
The kids love it.
I always give you the cred. Because it's said. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, though, we get into that. We get into the fact that she recently saw Lisa Vanderpump in Las Vegas. She's a very funny story about that. And we answer your questions. Once again, I've spent too long talking about Patreon at the top of the show. One of these days, from the grave, Tony, I will no longer. I mean, I'll probably no longer podcast, God willing.
That's a good point.
But I'll also finally find a better place to talk about Patreon. There's also a level where you can text me and I'll text you back, and you can the video and blah, 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 blah. And then if you subscribe, annual subscription, 2 months free, patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
That's a good deal.
That's right. I'd like to welcome my guests to the show. These are people that Tony felt should be on the show. Mm-hmm. I had no say in the matter.
None.
Although I guess I theoretically have veto power, but I've never exercised it.
Nor should you.
Todd,
come on. I'm going to bring the goods today,
That's
guys.
right.
Come on, boys. I'm counting on you.
Oh, man.
Todd Cooper, I met you because you co-host the no longer here, defunct, but much loved. That's right. You can hear buzzing in the background. I left the windows open as sort of a COVID precaution, even though I made us all test beforehand. But I think that we're doing the right thing by closing the windows now, because no one wants to hear whatever that is, someone's weed whacking.
The difference between those windows being open and closed is not going to be the difference between us getting COVID and not if that's
I know.
You know
We
what
have
was?
3 by 2 windows in here. And now we're all breathing each other's air, but it's more intimate. Anyway, Feliz Navipod.
Yeah.
Was a fun podcast.
We did it. I was just saying when I walked in, you were in my living room doing my podcast.
That's
my
right.
podcast, Tony.
He did introduce you as his podcast host.
Did
Co-host. I said co-host.
No, you said host.
No, you didn't.
Thank
No,
you.
didn't, no.
God
You
damn
didn't
it.
do
We
that
got to
one.
redo the whole thing.
Just
guess-
insert you saying co.
Yeah. And
Somebody call my lawyer. I just got me a podcast.
yeah. Well, I'll say it when we introduce the other guest.
Okay. Yes. So I was in your living room.
Yeah.
And you are married to the lovely Sarah Watkins, who I
am.
recently,
Ooh.
recently, or within the last 2 years, as we were discussing before the
Yeah.
show. Everything feels like it was 2 years ago,
Man.
but sometimes it's longer ago.
The worst. It was just saying, like, if you say to somebody, yeah, a couple years ago I went on vacation, you got to go add 2. Just
Right.
put 2 up there. The 2 years gone. And everything's now 4 years ago,
wild.
3 years ago. It's crazy.
Right.
Pretty cool, though.
I'm
Really enjoyed it.
I would have flushed those 2 years anyways. I wasn't using them.
Yes. They were an expendable 2 years.
Who cares?
Just half my children's, a little more than half of Owen's life. Who needs them? Anyway, it's wonderful to have you here. Wonderful to see you again. Ben Acker, first time I'm ever meeting you, but I've certainly heard your name a ton. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Nice to meet
You have a
you.
lovely podcast room.
Thank you very much. You're one of the few people who's seen it in the last 2 years plus 2.
That's right.
Well, maybe 2 years plus 1.
Yeah, I can cross it off my list.
And Daniel Quantz, I know you well.
I was just laughing thinking about season, whatever it would be, 7. No, it would be season 9 of Vanderpump Rules, and the new cast member being Betsy Sidaro. And that idea was just making me very happy. She really should cast Betsy.
They need someone to bring the heat.
I mean, it would be so much better.
What is the show that Betsy Sidaro was not taking up 3 notches?
Honestly?
Right? Like, put her in everything.
We were watching,
Really? That's so nice.
we were watching Ghosts, the CBS sitcom, and you're watching it, and it's good. And,
Daniel, everyone loves
it's
that
great.
show.
Everyone
And
loves
doesn't
that
your
show.
friend exec that show?
And it's fabulous. But then Betsy
only
gets on, and you're just
yeah.
like, oh my God, she's stealing this whole show. She's like, this whole thing should be about her. Like
don't-
the
yeah.
energy and the life. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's an unreal. She's like she's a cartoon human.
Yes.
She's not a real. She's just like this crazy thing that and she's just joy in a person. She's amazing. Yeah.
She's the best. Can we turn Daniel down in the room?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. Am I too loud?
You're a little loud in the
Yeah,
in
I
the
turned it down
headphones.
some, but yeah.
Okay. I just okay. Yes, I was going to turn these down, but then I lose everyone.
The listeners love this.
Well, it might be too loud for them too. They might. Look.
Not
Should I go
the
in the other
fax
room?
man mixes it.
A thing
Should I-
people always say about me. Get ready for me to congratulate myself.
I would
You
expect nothing else.
You say what I'm thinking.
No, they are not thinking.
Yes.
This. No, they're
When
not.
I listen to you, when I would listen to you on the Adam Carolla show, I would have a question I would want. You said this to me before when we
I
were
was
dating.
trying to get in your pants.
I would. Okay, I would, but I've
one
heard
else
it.
thinks
I've
that.
heard it from other people. And there's some. I would be like, oh, I want you to ask the guest that, and then you would say it. So I feel like they're like, God, that guy's loud. So I said it.
Unbelievable.
I guess write in and let us know.
Yeah. Text at ARIYN. No, sorry. Tweet at AR. They are all so similar. These one syllable
I'll be
words.
sure to dial my energy down.
Tweet. No,
That's right.
high energy.
Okay.
Bye
Tweet.
energy.
Too-
You know?
too high.
Like hello, goodbye.
Yeah.
Tweet at ARIYNBF with the hashtag Daniel Volume.
Oh, you're not in charge.
See, Daniel?
When
Thank
you guys
you.
leave, she's still here.
Are you still here?
No, well, I haven't been here for years.
Is this a Shining? You've always been here?
I have been watching a lot of Shining videos on YouTube lately, so maybe it is.
Tony Thaxton, hello. Welcome to the show. You
Oh,
are
hi.
doing a great job so far. I really am so blown away by your intros.
Thank you. I don't know why you keep saying that. I appreciate it.
Because Daniel talks nonstop about how he made a mistake 8 years ago or however many years ago in doing them, and now it's just expected.
Now I'm
and
stuck
he
forever.
he's so ambivalent about it. And I know he wants me to just release him from it, but I'm like, I won't because you're so good, and I know that actually you enjoy doing them, but I don't. I mean, between you and me, I don't know if he does, but I think he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's really good too. But you're also very good.
Well, thank you. I felt
Huh? Okay.
You're really good at it, I think. I don't know.
I'm good at talking. You heard me on a podcast. I can get through something pretty clear, can't I?
Oh yeah.
Do the intro,
Yeah.
Todd. Do the
Okay.
intro.
Up here is Tony.
Wait, hang on.
Okay, yeah. Give me the claps. Give me the claps.
Oh wait. Oh, see again. They changed this update on the soundboard, and it makes the okay.
Who am I
Here we go.
introducing?
Whoever you-
All of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a show you like. This one's called Tony's Here. There he is over there, red jacket, pushing buttons. How about some claps? He turned them on. To my left, there's Ben Acker. Why not? Have him here at the show. You heard it. Go. Did I do it?
Wow.
Seamless.
Yeah.
Maybe it really is easy.
Yeah, right. See
Because
now.
that was incredible. Daniel, why have you been griping
One
for
thing-
so long?
Look, in anyone out there who's looking to get married or is married, let me just tell you, make the simple things or any job, make the simple things seem really hard, okay? so that the person feels really bad, and then they don't ask you to do even harder things. This is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got to pick up my socks. Oh my God.
Now, see, you said you say these nice things about the intros, but then they informed me that I said host and not co-host. And then on top of that, when I was introducing Ben, I see him shaking his head, and I get all in my head. Then I'm like, wait, what did I say wrong? Did I say something wrong?
The title of the book.
What did I say?
Spooky stories to tell them the vampire stuff or whatever. You said spooky.
Everyone at this table just reached down
what
and grabbed
is
their
it? What
copy.
Let me-
Oh, you said spooky,
Oh.
but it's stories to keep you alive.
I can edit
despite
that word out.
vampires.
We don't need to get
Made it
into
seem like a
They're fine.
YA novel.
Yeah. It's instead of middle grade. What are you talking about? How dare you?
Or spooky stories. I like
Well, it looks really good. Who did the art?
Thank you. It is a guy who I've never said his name out loud, but his Twitter @handle and Instagram is Scott Buon, and it's like Buono Cristiano, I think is his last name, but let's really dig in and make it seem like I should know. It might be on the
So you get it in post. You'll just have I think his name is Wano Cristiano.
Scott
Like-
Buono Cristiano, let's say.
just a robot voice.
Yeah. Tony, will you?
Oh, yeah.
Can you call Siri and have him do it in
It
Ben
looks like
Acker's voice?
Buon Cristiano.
Yes, that's what
Buon
it is. Then.
Cristiano.
They got it right. My brain is broke. I had a quarantine thing for 2 years.
Which
So,
really
my
we know from Todd is 4.
Yeah,
really-
Yeah.
That's
no,
4
it's
years.
the 2. It's the same 2.
That's a 4-year quarantine you had.
A quarantine.
Before.
All right. We have a lot of stuff to get to. Daniel and I have some stories from the weekend. I have a small gripe and I need to run it by everyone. I know that you guys have some fun facts. I know that there's a quiz.
Yeah, if you want, I
have
did
old
prepare
business.
something very stupid.
You have older business.
Old business. Yes.
Old business.
From the Gorley and McConville episode.
If this is what I know it is, I would like this to come up.
I can shut up and you can we can do it organically.
I almost brought it up a minute ago. I
No.
know what we're talking about, I think.
I would like this to come up right now, and it doesn't need to be organic, Tony.
Does it start with a
Why'd
B
you
and
call
end
me
with an
out?
ump?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because weren't you in the group of people who claimed to not know
Yeah.
what, who
And I
had
still
not
don't
never?
know.
Oh my God! Okay, I'm just gonna set the scene. There we were 2
get
weeks
hard.
ago in this room doing an
Niagara Falls.
in-person episode. And it was 3 weeks ago. Not important. Anyway, it was the first episode, the first Tony's Picks episode with Matt Gorley and Mark McConville. And I said to them, if I bring out my phone during the show to take a little video, is that going to bump you? And the reason I said that is because it bumps old Dave Honey Huntsberger sometimes. And I believe he even used the word bump, a word I've heard 100,000 times to sort of to mean bump. Like
Knock
it
you out
distracts
of
you.
the thing.
Yeah.
I love when a word is defined by the same word.
Well,
Webster defines bump as
bump.
Bump with a B instead of a H. But it was the dumb Webster.
To take you out of the moment a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then everyone in the room was bumped by that, claiming they had never heard this usage.
Why would we have lied about that?
I don't know.
Conspiracy. How many people were there?
Lion Mark McConville.
Oh, bullshit.
I can think of a reason.
Matt Gorley. Can we swear about Matt Gorley on this podcast?
Can you what?
Swear about Matt Gorley on this
Fuck
podcast?
yes.
Good.
My
Bullshit,
sworn
Matt Gorley.
enemy.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Well, let's not take it too far, Tony. He's a good man.
Right. And
wasn't
so
me.
then I tweeted or posted about it somewhere, expecting to then be able to just shove it in their face like, look how dumb you look. And lo and behold, I did a poll on Instagram. I still feel like I'm caught in some kind of alternate timeline.
But who's on Instagram? That's civilians, right?
Right. But I didn't realize
No
this
offense,
was
you guys.
only for the fancy people. I didn't realize this was such an industry term, but I guess it is.
Is that what it is?
comes
It's
from
industry?
Writers, it comes from writers' rooms.
But
Is that true?
yeah.
apparently, because apparently there was a lot of a lot of industry people who said they were familiar with it.
Okay.
Okay, but aren't those two motherfuckers in the industry?
They're
what they
make-em-ups.
say.
They're improvised.
Oh.
They're yes anders.
20% of people were familiar with it and 80% of people were not.
Okay.
I
wish
didn't
that number were a
realize I was
little,
using an industry
smaller.
term.
I wish it was like 6% people knew. Like it's a fancy term.
You would like it to be a little bougier?
Yeah, it's a little bougie. It's
I
like
was
Trader Joe's-y.
bumped.
But I'm a person of the people. I try not.
Just Monaco was quite rather bumped. I nearly dropped it into my champagne.
Wait, is it the word version of Paul F. Tompkins' clothes?
Well, if Tompkins close.
That was the theme song for the Paul F. Tompkins show.
I Weird Al it there.
You really did. I gotta say, I'm very happy to be getting to the bottom of this. Because no offense, none taken, had never heard of bump.
Oh, so I thought you were going with
Oh no,
Acker on this. Okay.
I wanted to
Wait,
learn.
it's not your place to say none taken.
Oh no, none taken at all by you. You shouldn't and cannot.
It caveat emptor.
Yeah, I cut that out by saying so.
Vis-a-vis.
I've not been on your team about it. But I felt like there was a reason. You were so sure. I was like, oh, there's a reason for this, and we got to the bottom of it. This is great news.
I texted Tony immediately.
Wait. I'm glad you have closure, Todd.
I'll see you guys later. That was great.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care what side of the closure he's on.
I
It's
have
just
less closure than I had before.
Is that right?
Yes. What?
taken?
What?
No closure taken?
I can
What
fix this.
makes-
None taken, Alice.
I was like, what tied this all up in a neat bow for you here, Todd?
Because I didn't know it,
confused.
and I thought to myself, "What is this word?" And you saying a writer's room. I have not been in a writer's room.
But nor have I.
What?
Okay,
I know.
a
It's
new wrinkle.
what
But
kind
you've
of
been around
What kind of
writers.
new best
I guess
friend?
what kind of injustice is that? Think of the stories the world has been missing out on.
I know.
Right.
Think
It's
of
something
the
that bumps
things you
you.
could have described as 2 clicks too complicated.
Yes.
Right? All the hats on hats.
I was just gonna say that.
That's more specific than like pushed off. That's like moved out of the way.
Bumped.
How I would have said bumped it before, but now defined as Webster would.
I find myself nudged.
I see those, but 2 clicks too much, too far.
That may be just what I do.
Okay. Does that ring true for you? That's what it means? Hat on a hat.
I only know hat on a hat, and I know bumped, and that's it.
When my writing partner and I started in a writer's room, we decided that we would make up writer's room slang to bring to the writer's room. So like hat on a horse. Because like that doesn't belong anywhere near there. And
I wish you right now, and you could say, and then we made up bumped.
oh yeah, that proliferated. That one got out there.
Wait.
And don't sell a cookie to the cookie man.
Oh yeah, but wait, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to be this person.
He's already got enough cookies.
I hate that. There's no cookie man.
There's a lot to love about that, actually.
Incredible.
I'm sorry to be this person.
Well, because you wouldn't sell a cookie to the cookie man.
No,
So don't even try.
Now, is the cookie man made out of cookie, or is he a man who sells cookies?
It's a man who sells cookies.
Okay, because you wouldn't sell a cookie to someone made out of cookies.
No, that would be like, here's some flesh.
Yeah, that would be
cannibalism,
very
yeah.
wrong. Yeah.
No, I gotta. No, it's the one before. Hat on a horse, but haven't we all seen those hats that have the holes for the horse's ears to go
Oh,
through?
haven't we all?
Haven't we
Hasn't
all?
everyone
Have
seen
we all
those?
been to the cartoon farm?
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy's horse hat hut where you can buy those? Yeah, I've been there.
They used to be everywhere. But then
pronounced
then with the demise of indoor malls.
Show me one
the
donkey.
horse hat.
Right down
They're all turning into
Show me-
Halloween towns.
Yeah.
Show me one donkey or mule that does not have a hat.
Right.
Can't do it.
I feel like someone could do that.
No, absolutely not. It's never
One?
Not one.
Not one?
No, sir.
All right.
Anyway, Ben, thank you. Todd, no thanks to you.
We figured it out.
What I didn't.
You figured it out. You got this.
Thanks, girl. I still am surprised that this is such specific slang. I thought everyone used this and knew it. And I guess that shows, like the haters on Twitter say, I really am in an insular echo chamber with my West Coast lib friends in LA.
Yeah.
Relish it, though. Like, you know what it smells like outside that chamber?
Not good.
It smells like a horse's hat.
What's the term? It's like hang a lamp on it or something.
Oh, yeah, hang a lantern on it.
Hang a lantern.
Oh,
on
what
it.
does that mean? Because
Make it obvious. Really?
Like let everyone know that you know.
No.
What? No, isn't it like? It's just make it obvious. I thought it was like.
It's make the audience recognize when we come back to this, they'll remember.
Oh, I thought it was like. I know we're doing a trope or we're doing a thing.
Oh, it could
so
also be
we're gonna show you that we are aware that we're doing a trope or
yeah,
a
I
thing.
mean, make it obvious, I guess.
Make it obvious is probably broader.
Tony?
Let's get you a little closer to that mic.
I'm trying to stay a little far away from this mic. Get real loud about writer's room slang.
it's okay.
Okay.
There's already someone else who's real loud in here.
Still.
No.
No, I'm just embarrassed.
She was talking about the weed whacker.
Yeah.
Don't I wasn't even going to call attention to it.
No, I shouldn't have. It was terrible showmanship.
Were you hanging a lantern on it?
Now I'm hanging a lantern upon it.
Don't get bumped by it.
Like Diogenes. The old lantern wielder,
Yes.
Diogenes.
Could you take that a couple clicks down from
Yes. Yes.
Diogenes was the name of the Greek that was looking for an honest man. And he was walking around with a lantern going, this will help me find one. I don't know. It didn't have special powers or anything. Thank you. Next round.
Do you know a lot about Greek mythology?
Have you met me?
Yes.
Here's a very teeny little story. We were a handful of us at a bar before smartphones trying to remember the name of Diogenes. It was beyond us, and we couldn't intuit it. We couldn't thought experiment it. There was no mind palace to go into. 2 weeks later, one of the people in that conversation and I were attending a show at the Second City, and he, Rick, a very New York gentleman who had been on Jeopardy, that's as much character as you need, sees me as the lights go down on the show. He goes, Ben, Diogenes! Like it was the most urgent update in the world. The show started immediately after, and I will never forget Diogenes.
That is the
perfect.
universe looking after you, you know, just giving you that answer. Just have faith, you know?
Oh, it's you. I got this closure for you. Bumped. It's a writer's room term.
I think we need a fun fact.
Hey-oh.
Yeah, Todd.
Dumb Diogenes fact.
Yeah,
That was a fun fact.
That was a good
That was a fun fact.
All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't fishing.
Wait. Did he find an honest man?
Man, Tony, you got a computer right there.
This sounds
Oh
like
no, Tony knows.
sounds like
Have
a
you met
country
him?
song.
Tony knows where my rosemary grows.
Huh?
Did Diogenes find an honest man? I feel like he must have, right?
He had
Theseus
to
or
have.
something, right?
It's impossible to
Knowing
not.
Diogenes,
That fucking guy.
right? He probably just looked in a mirror with that.
Oh,
That
that's
lantern.
the story. And then he finally saw himself. Sounds like a real jerk.
Do you think he started with the Diogenes in the mirror? I don't.
Think of all the people that watch him walk by them, and you're like, "You motherfucker!" Like I'm
calling me a
I
liar?
thought I was
You calling me a liar?
Oh yeah, keep walking, Diogenes. Fucking
You fuck. Diogenes, you fuck.
man.
All right.
Why are you staring at me?
Because I think we're waiting to find because you are being tasked with multitasking.
oh, that
to
was
find out
that
if
was
Diogenes
a real
found an honest man, and we're going to do a fun fact.
How am I-
So I don't know how you prioritize here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll stick to the fun facts.
Let's
then.
do fun facts. Okay, Todd, let's hear a fun fact.
Okay, here we go.
A Todd fun fact.
Now, here's how I did this. I laid it out in a fun game.
Oh.
You're familiar with Two Truths and a Lie, but are you familiar with Two Lies and a Truth?
I know. I'm not.
You will never figure it out.
Break it down.
Is it like it sounds?
It's almost exactly like it
Okay.
sounds.
Except it's 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
I don't have that many interesting facts about me, so I just went with one truth, and then I filled in with lies.
Okay.
Okay,
So we have to discern the truth. Oh,
Bingo.
Where's Diogenes now?
That's right.
this is perfect. It
Do we
worked
have
out.
a Sidaro Diogenes poll?
That's the same as a poll. All right, here we go. First one. You ready? Three facts. You pick the true one.
Yeah.
My band in high school was called The Whole Enchilada. Okay. Here's the
Okay.
second one. My band in high school was called Moshed Potatoes. Third one. My band in high school was called The Pumpkin Boys.
Oh,
They
I
can't
want
all be
that
true.
to be true.
They're all perfect.
Now, I'll give you a little context. This would have been early high school. Think 10th grade.
What was the first one?
The first one was The Whole Enchilada.
Okay.
Let me give you some
So-
context. This was high school. This was a band.
And the second one was Moshed Potatoes.
Moshed Potatoes.
I have my guess.
I have mine as well.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's the first one, even though mashed potatoes is funny, but I think it's the first one.
Whole Enchilada?
Yeah.
That was also going to be my guess.
I was thinking that, and then I thought Moshed Potatoes, so I'm going to go with Moshed Potatoes.
I think the first one, the whole enchilada.
Only one of us is right.
Oh.
His name is Daniel.
Whoa.
Wow.
I even had a poster that I drew on the back of an old poster that I wasn't using anymore of 2 potatoes sitting back to back about to be moshed.
Wow.
They weren't
All
dancing.
right.
Yeah, and also, I don't think we ever wrote a song, but that poster was cool.
That's a fun fact. All right.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep going through mine?
Sure, yeah.
I have 3 of these.
Wait,
Okay,
I'm
great.
sorry. What was the actual answer?
The actual answer was mashed potatoes.
Oh, it was mashed potato. Okay.
Tony, thinking about these things and trying to think of things that you don't know, we were on a podcast where we talked about nothing for 3 years.
I know. But that's what we talked. That's the thing, though. Is we talked about nonsense.
Yeah, so
I feel
it's-
like I barely know your name.
You have a family? Okay. Number 2, here we go. My first concert was Dave Matthews Band in Charlottesville, Virginia. Second, my first concert was Aerosmith with Skid Row opening. Number 3, my first concert was Limp Bizkit, and Fred Durst threw a water bottle at me.
Now, I think that Skid Row opened for Guns N' Roses around that time. So I think I'm going to eliminate that from my guessery.
Here's a little context. I was a young boy in junior high school.
Junior high school. Oh, that changes everything. Oh, that would have been Pump?
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
a big
possible.
clue you
It's
just
all
gave.
possible.
Oh, I really did.
Yeah.
It would
Except I don't know how old you are, so.
Oh, he's about that age.
Like this, what I look like.
All right. Does
Wait.
anyone have their guess?
I have yes.
Dave Matthews Band, Aerosmith, or Limp Bizkit?
When did Dave Matthews Band happen?
Oh, man.
Like 95.
He was
when they
all-
like broke.
It was
a little
always
early.
happening.
But in Carolina.
Yeah, but he's from Virginia.
Oh, so's Todd.
What a wrinkle. that you found here.
Yeah, but you said middle school. I don't think he was around yet in
right.
middle school. Oh wait, why I'm giving
was
other
Todd
people,
Okay, fine. Then I
hints.
guess Aerosmith.
Dadgummit, Tony.
No,
I was
should have
about
kept my
to
mouth
win.
shut because
Was
my
Todd from Virginia in middle school? I'm going to guess Aerosmith too.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was my
that was my guess
You
as well.
tell.
Yeah, it was my take. You were right.
We all get a point.
Everyone gets a point.
Sorry for sleuthing on you, Todd.
Yeah, you guys are good at this, and I give up the information. I sing like a little bird. All right.
I'm a cute little bird. Everybody likes this bird. You're
Okay.
doing great, Todd.
Thank you, buddy. Last one here. You ready? Okay.
Todd, I'm ready. Thank you.
You know the answers to this, possibly, so you guys shut your mouths.
Oh,
I once was a mechanic in an auto body shop for one day. 2. I once was a tutor for English as a second language students, but got fired because my spelling was so bad. 3. I was once an intern youth pastor at a megachurch in Orange County. Orange County. Get that in post.
I have a guess.
I do too. Although I'm a little bit torn, but I think I know
it,
one.
so I'm not going to.
the first one was auto mechanic body shop.
For one day. Second was a tutor for English as a second language, but I got fired because my spelling was so bad. My last one was intern youth pastor at a megachurch in Orange County.
Wait, an intern?
Okay.
Wait, intern.
That's correct.
They have interns?
This was a megachurch.
Don't answer that. Tom.
Sleuth.
Oh, this. Then I'm gonna change my answer.
Just guess, honey. There's nothing on the line here.
This is my life, dude.
You
Okay,
get sliding doors, this guy.
I am guessing
true.
the second one.
English.
Wait,
teachers?
Yeah.
Power to make it true. My guess is the youth pastor, because I don't think anyone would fire you for being a bad speller.
Interesting.
But if they did, that's awesome.
But I
so I
wanted.
think-
Sorry, my show. I was leaning towards the last one because I know that I feel like you have some youth pastor mega churchiness in your past, but the intern thing is bumping me.
Well used.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You don't need my validation, but you've got it.
Thank you. Feels good. Okay.
Tony, you know the answer to this one?
I mean, I assume it's youth pastor.
Okay. And you know this.
You're the one that told me that a youth pastor isn't a youth who is a pastor.
That's
as I
right.
imagined, like a little kid in a suit, like preaching to the choir.
I'm just a boy.
Although they're
That's
generally
for the
young
youth.
on the younger side.
That's
though,
true.
right, to relate.
Yeah, but like
But right, they're not
not
like,
a child, not a Richie.
It's not like
Rich,
Doogie Howser
doing
out
the
there.
dance, right?
Not far.
These are the two youngs that we could come up with on no notice. I was like Richie Rich because of the short pants, and you're like Doogie Howser. That would be a prodigy.
That's right.
I think those are good references.
But youth pastor, right?
Youth pastor is right.
Damn.
Yep.
You interned for a youth pastor. What kind of internship is this?
This church had like there was like it was a mega church. There was a main youth pastor, and then there were like sub youth pastors, and then there were like 5 interns who also stayed there and worked.
Cool
which
as
church?
fuck.
What's
Yeah,
this?
bro. Saddleback Church in Orange County, California.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
one is big.
Yeah, it's a big old boy.
You wear like the little Ms. Jackson if you're nasty headsets, right?
I got to teach there a couple times, and I did wear one of those. And I was very nasty.
Did you play the acoustic guitar?
I did play the acoustical guitar.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't pick up an electric for like 2 years.
Oh, and it changed all of youth.
It changed
pastoring.
everything. Youth ministry changed that day. But now
All
I
right.
swear and stuff.
So Daniel won. You know Todd best.
I mean, I do. I guess I know. Isn't that amazing? When we just met.
So wait, are you
But
still now that you swear?
I'm out.
You're
100%
out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that a big deal?
Yeah, it was a big life shift for me. It happened over like 10 years. Like little just unravelings of like, I mean, I dedicated my whole life to it. So as it fell apart, I was like, oh no, this isn't true. What else?
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was in my 30s. Like you knew me, I think, when I was still in.
What?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you were at that
Really?
Mac store.
I know, but I wasn't a youth pastor, but I was still.
Oh, you were still in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Were there any major threads that were pulled out for you that got it?
Yeah, the big early ones were like, I mean, just like the obvious ones, like how does Noah's Ark work? And then you go like, well, that's just a
concept.
parable or like a story or whatever. But like little by little, just like science wasn't adding up with the things. And I was like, oh no, this is my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd your family take it?
They're not fans. That my dad,
Just of you in general.
they don't care for me. My dad is a minister.
But they'll still listen to this episode, right?
I've sworn them. They don't know how a podcast works. Thank God, because I was really worried they were going to listen to Feliz Navipod,
Oh, yeah.
but they didn't.
You're very lucky.
Yeah, your parents listen to every episode.
I don't know if they listened to every, but they listened to too many things that I do.
I know, like I feel like your parents know me very well.
Yeah.
But, like when we talk, they're like, "Hey," like, and they're like, "I know you," and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, I know this is not an exaggeration. Anytime I talk to them on the phone, I would say 75% of the time they will ask about you.
That's great news.
Mine, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a real parasocial relationship. They've never listened to a single episode.
Don't let them listen. Yeah. Don't let them listen to me. Yeah.
So you're saying they're not a fan.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, my dad, I tried to talk to my dad about it. I had kind of just been like quiet about it and like, okay, they don't need to know. I don't need to break their hearts and make them think I'm going to hell. Imagine if you thought your kids were going to hell.
You're all just meet me in
Forever.
heaven.
Yeah, bye.
there.
You go to heaven, I'll be in hell. They're going to be fine with that, I guess.
Right. I've often
Yes,
thought
this has come up.
my thinking about that was like, if I have friends that are very, very religious,
Why are they not trying to pull us into it?
Well, yeah. At first, I'm like grateful that they're not proselytizing, and then I'm insulted.
Yeah.
Because you're cool with me going to hell. What the fuck?
Look, I don't want to pitch an awesome action movie here on the air.
Okay.
But your parents dead in heaven, you dead in hell. Your parents going, grabbing a sword, going to save your ass.
I like this.
Oh, watch it.
It's a kind of Hades Town vibes,
I haven't seen it.
the musical. I saw it last week.
How was it?
Phenomenal.
They ripped me off in advance.
Yeah.
All right,
I
forget that
haven't
pitch.
even
Cut
heard
that out.
of this musical, and I think of myself as someone who knows at least a handful of musicals.
Is that right?
If it
Well,
was
I don't think
Andrew
we're-
Lloyd Webber, clearly wasn't involved.
No, zero.
We're not up on the current slate.
No, we're not. But it's good.
It is, and I don't know musicals at all. But
This one's big. I want to see it.
it's good. Anais Mitchell, who's a singer, songwriter, folk person, who her records are phenomenal and should be listened to, wrote this musical. And we knew her when she was like doing it in like community centers and like
that's so
trying it
cool.
out. And
What's it called
went,
again? I'm sorry.
Hades Town. And then she put it like went on, like we saw it off Broadway when they were like still working it out. And then we hadn't seen it since. And then it like had won like Tonys and Grammys and all kinds of stuff. It's great. But it's cool to see like she made this thing. And it was here in LA.
Oh, that's awesome.
The dude in the Mulaney special who like got lost an eye, right?
I haven't seen it. The one with
The kids.
I haven't seen that one.
They- Well, then never cut this out and put something great in its place. We put something awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to see that one though. I intended to.
Is it new?
It's fun. That was from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lunchbox something. Kids.
Yep, that's exactly it.
It's called Lunchbox something.
John Mulaney and the Sack Lunch Munch.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
Well, you mentioning Tony's mom. You mentioned Tony's mom, right?
Also, writer's room slang.
Yeah.
Tony's mom. Oh yeah.
Brings us to the next thing I wanted to mention, which is Tony. You were in my dream.
Typical weeknight.
So I had this dream. It was the weirdest dream. I was on Balboa Island. My mom was there. You were there. My mom ordered a blueberry muffin. And so here's the dream. I'm looking
rules.
as my mom orders a muffin and I watch the muffin slide, like she puts it down on the table and then you're sitting next to me and you reach over and I watch you pinch a piece of her muffin.
That's a future drop.
Yeah. Wait, don't. I know you have it. No need. This refers back to something. No need to do it till I tell you. You pinch a piece of her muffin and it's glazed, and you're like, I need to taste that, and I'm like, that's so weird, but also cool that you feel comfortable enough to just like grab a piece of my mom's muffin. Not a lot of people would feel that comfortable. Huh. And then I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then I think, and a lot of longtime listeners, I think this has already like been cued in their head. I think two things were happening. One, we had just brought up your mom. Everyone is looking at me with a look of disgust and dismay, and I see it.
I think
People are concerned, and I get that, and it's okay. This is headed somewhere. Don't worry about it. I'm in therapy, okay? Anyway, you sent me a screen grab of a text your mom sent you asking whether my son had pooped yet.
Yes.
And he has, and he's pretty regular right now, so yay.
How long was
It had been 9 days.
9 days.
Wow.
One time he went 17 days.
17 days.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It has been a
Get into
whole
the frat or
Well, he's just figured out how to delay it. Like,
we don't understand. I'm like, does he have an extra colon?
like, he's
Where
got
is it
moves.
going?
It's like, how there's like yoga and there's different kinds of exercises for different he's figured that out for not pooping, and maybe he'll teach classes.
Unreal.
Yeah,
He doesn't just want to stop. He wants to keep doing what he's doing. Not mess
he'd
around.
go. He'd keep going if
Yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't intervene.
I think whereas, and I've tried to explain this to him.
squeeze 'em.
What's that?
You just squeeze them.
I've tried to do.
We tried.
We've tried squeezing him.
Because you can rub. There's a move where if
There's
you
like a massage,
essentially
yeah.
rubbed on their tummy and push, but then he just flips out. He's like,
Yep.
no.
Yeah,
Like, he does
whereas
not.
when we feel the sensation that tells us we need to try to go, I think he feels that, and it tells him I need to clamp and begin, trying to fight it. Anyway, but that's not been happening lately.
goodness.
Anyway, though, I think because we brought up your mom on the show, and then we were talking about how your mom should have a regular segment. I think that was in my head. But then also, I think I was specifically dreaming about a drop that we used to play on the show all the time that I haven't thought about recently. And it's this one.
My dad once ate my sister's biscuit on her period.
I will explain.
Because that was pre me.
I will explain this drop.
I have heard it, but I forgot.
Okay, so my friend Jen was on the show. We were talking about. It was the most amazing thing to happen organically.
Well, especially since that episode was the only episode we've ever done that was just like a little bit more serious. We were taking questions.
Yeah, she's a life coach.
She's a life coach. So the whole vibe was really like much more mellow. And
It was
then
more
for that,
sincere.
That dropped to live on after that.
Yeah, it was more sincere. We were taking questions for her, but we were all kind of weighing in, like advice questions. And I think that the question was, it's something. It had to do with like women's hormones around the time they have their period and them getting more moody. And she said that seriously, like it was a story about
The sister got mad
because they had biscuits, and her dad ate her sister's biscuit when her sister had her period. Just go, girl.
Can't even say it. You can't even say it.
And the question was, did she? Greg Heller thinks that she did begin to realize what she was saying.
Well, probably
I don't
because
think
his
she did.
delighted face. Everyone's like,
You can hear me start laughing.
so.
We got a lot of use out of that, and I think that I had forgotten about it, and I think I was dreaming about it. Can we hear it again, please?
My dad once ate my sister's biscuit on her period.
I think
Real weird.
The phrasing is so odd.
Yeah.
Ate her biscuit on her period.
Yeah, it implies that the father was on the sister's period. Like the case could be made.
Maybe that. Yeah, that's.
so. I think I was dreaming about this drop. I don't know, and it was the visualization. I don't know, Tony. I don't know.
I got nothing. I don't know.
You're
But
looking at
Tony
Tony
ate-
like he'd have an answer.
Tony, why were you eating my mom's muffin on Bilbo Island?
I mean, Todd,
Why were you
Todd
tasting
spent
my
2 days
mom's
as a
glazed
dream
muffin?
interpreter.
Yeah.
I mean, just for a few years.
Wait, what did you say?
Todd used to be a dream interpreter. Why don't you?
I
take
mean,
a
just
crack?
for a few years professionally, and I was very good at it. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
You don't want to insult anybody.
Yeah, I don't want to make you go back.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was
No.
just something that you clearly studied for years.
It's something I got like really good at. I wrote a few books about. It's not a thing that people talk about.
You don't want to. You don't want to wreck anything.
No.
It's equality.
heavens.
Well, how many degrees do you have in it?
Nth?
Yeah, nth degrees.
Wow.
Just enough. Just enough.
Just once, would you?
Okay. Now I do have a theory without any actual expertise. You want to hear it?
Wait, but what about your books and your nth degrees?
Well, those are lies that I made up for a joke. They didn't land.
Oh,
I thought they did.
I mean, because
Would you write in and let us know if you laughed at those jokes?
Oh, yeah. Don't use hashtag Daniel's volume. Use hashtag make-em-ups. Okay, yes. What's your theory as to why Tony's eating my mom's glazed muffin?
Here's what I think it is. It's a very positive thing. Here's Tony. He's got Tony's picks. He brings 2 bozos on your show, right? At least 2. I don't know who else he brought around here.
More bozos.
I mean, just give me a break. And then but it's your show, and here he is taking pics of here, the little pieces of the muffin of your thing,
yeah.
and you're like, it's cool. He's taking some muffin. It's good. You're cool with it, but it's like interest. You're like, okay,
Those are Tony's picks.
those are Tony's picks.
Picking at the muffin.
Nice.
Now I have only.
You should write a book.
Yes.
One Bazo's opinion.
That's a pretty good positive interpretation of it.
Yes.
I like that.
It's positive.
It doesn't at all account for what my mom's doing there, but I like it anyway.
Yeah. Why is your mom in the mix?
I don't know, but I like that.
Freud, probably something.
Yeah.
Well, what's more familiar than your mom? Like what's
Right.
Freud. Yeah, what is a show but a mom's muffin?
Right.
Yeah, what is it? What is podcast?
No, you're right though.
if
You're
it's not
totally
a
right though,
mom's
because it's
muffin?
like Tony's getting all in there,
Yeah.
but I'm
People
like,
get
this
confused
is
when
good.
I say I'm on a
Because I'm
mom's
the muffin
They
man.
don't know.
That's my nickname. Everyone calls me.
Right. Don't sell a muffin to the muffin man.
Right. Do you know him?
I don't know that that's going to look like too.
Wait, the one who lives on Drury Lane?
Oh no, we've gone somewhere that I don't understand.
You don't?
No, I got ahead of myself there. What is this a lyric in that?
It's a kid
lyric.
song.
I know it's weird to call it a lyric.
Do you know
in a
the Muffin
children's song.
Man?
Wait a minute.
Muffin Man.
Wait. Is everyone on the same page that I
I
am?
truly, I now know it's because you said,
Yeah.
but I would never
Well, I mean,
pull that. But
I was going for "Do you know?" But literally, like when I said "Do you know the Muffin Man?" That is the beginning and ending of my knowledge of.
Yeah, that's what I'm
lyric-
getting.
yeah.
But that is surprising to me. Ben, are you with me?
Well, the answer is no. He doesn't know the Muffin Man on Drury Lane.
It's surprising
question.
that as a musician, I don't know that song.
Well, I don't know that it's like, in the Great American Songbook.
yeah,
but maybe it is.
I've never covered it.
But it's more just that you made that reference, but you don't know the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I went to the hook.
Yeah, I guess so.
The blues traveler-esque.
Wasn't expecting a Blues Traveler reference there.
I just feel like everyone, okay, hashtag Muffin Man. I just feel like everyone knows the rest of that song. Because I
don't
feel like
know
I
that
knew
I knew
it.
Drury Lane until I heard it 8,000 times. Having
Yeah,
a kid.
because it's spelled
Like,
so weirdly.
do you have like a kid's record with it on
D-R-U-R-Y?
there or something?
Drury,
He just
yeah.
watches these videos.
But I knew it
know.
before that.
Got you.
Well, it's one of your favorite songs, right?
Who's your favorite
one of my
version?
favorites.
Who's your favorite version?
Yeah. Is it Coco
Louis
Melon
Armstrong?
or is it
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong?
Lewis?
Louis Armstrong.
They're not that close.
I call him
You know,
Louis.
Mr. Armstrong.
Oh, Louis. Look, you guys.
Did we start?
Did we start what?
feel
The
like
We're
show?
going to start now. That
We're
was the
gonna
warm-up.
start.
I feel like I with the bump thing, I really subverted the show.
What?
Turned it into something else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What
No,
is
this is
now?
just like what we always do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we just fuck around.
Did
Listen,
we find out?
did I find out?
Do we fuck around and find out? Is there a part 2 of the show?
Oh,
We'll find out
Yes.
after the break.
you'll find out if we'll find out after this. Bombas's mission is simple. Make the most comfortable clothes ever and match every item sold with an equal item donated. So when you buy Bombas, you are also giving to someone in need. I love Bombas because they're all about comfort. I hate itchy tags and those scratchy seams in the neckline, and Bombas solves that problem for me. Also, I love their socks. When I first got Bombas socks, I said, you know what? The rest of you socks in my drawers and my dresser, the drawers in my dresser, Get out of here. I hate all of you. Bombas made me hate the rest of my socks because Bombas socks are more comfortable than the rest of them. They're just more smartly designed. And that's how all Bombas clothes are. They're clever and they're comfortable and they're soft and they don't make you itch. What more do you want from your garments? Bombas designed their socks, shirts, and underwear to be the clothes you can't wait to put on every day. Also, like I said, they donate one to people in need for every item you buy. So you feel good about it. Go to bombas.com/bestfriend to get 20% off your first purchase. That's Bombas, BOMBAS.com/bestfriend for 20% off. Bombas, BOMBAS.com/bestfriend. And then I also want to talk about FrameBridge. I love FrameBridge. If you ever tried to frame something, perhaps you've gone to a store and tried to frame it. I have found it to be difficult and also very expensive. And enter FrameBridge, and they make the whole thing super easy. I want to tell you about an amazing new service I found called FrameBridge. They make it super easy and affordable to frame your favorite things, from art prints to posters to the travel photos sitting on your phone with Father's Day around the corner. FrameBridge also makes the perfect gift. In fact, select gifts ship next day. Just go to framebridge.com and upload your photo, or they'll send you packaging to safely mail in your physical pieces. You can preview your item online in dozens of frame styles and gallery wall layouts. Choose your favorite or get free recommendations from their talented designers. I have used FrameBridge for a number of different framed items that I have around the house, and the process has been so simple, and I have had so much, dare I say, fun choosing.
Say it.
I did. Fun!
Yeah.
It's been fun! I yelled it. Choosing which frame I want, and then choosing whether I want matte or not, choosing like whether, you can kind of design how you want it to look. And it always comes out super duper well, and it's like ready to hang on your wall. Instead of the hundreds you'd pay at a framing store, their prices start at $39 and all shipping is free. Plus, you guys get 15% off your first order at framebridge.com when you use code BESTFRIEND. Get started today. Frame your photos or send someone the perfect gift. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code BESTFRIEND to save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code BESTFRIEND, framebridge.com, promo code BESTFRIEND. Okay. Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to ask you to tell the story about the guy and the roses.
Yeah.
But first, we need to share the weirdest thing that we witnessed yesterday. We went to Descanso Gardens for Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, we were in the car, and our son Elliot had his iPad, because we're wonderful parents who limit our screen time. And he was sitting there watching a show. And then all of a sudden, he's just singing along, and he goes, Bukkake, 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 Bukkake. And I turned to Daniel, and I'm like, do you hear this? And then both of us are like,
what is he watching?
eyes very wide.
Yeah.
And trying not to laugh. And then was it you or me that said, Elliot, what are you saying? And he's like, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, it was all very cryptic. I think he just made up a word, and it just happened to be bukkake.
Yeah, he was just babbling to himself.
And it was one of those moments where you don't want to give it too much of a reaction, because then it'll
lock it in.
It'll be a lock in, and now he'll start saying it. So you'll be like, oh, that was nothing.
I was biting my finger to not laugh. We were both like dying.
It was just one of those random, like, he
landed on this 3
word.
syllables.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But
I thought you were saying pikkake.
Yeah, I was hearing it wrong also.
But now I get okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it was bukkake. Maybe is bukkake a thing?
No.
Okay.
No, that's why I was like, wait, what does it mean?
Yeah.
And then when you said, I was like, oh no. I know those things, but as a parent, we're like, oh, we have to let this go.
Yeah.
This has to go away
That
right
wasn't
now.
anything that you just said. I'm laughing at something else. I just thought of a funny joke. Yeah, it was very funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's weird when kids just like ramble, like just whatever comes out of their face. Just they land on words. I've had this happen like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Like where she just land on a word and you're like, uh-oh.
Nope.
Yeah. Keep going.
Hey, what's that over there?
Yeah, what's the next one?
Yeah, he's done that with like something that sounded vaguely racist. It was a word. I'm not going to say it, but it's like a word for pants. and it was like in an old book that we had, like someone is wearing these, and I don't want him to learn that word because it kind of sounds like a bad word, even though it isn't, and I just don't want it in his vocabulary. And so he was like, "What does that mean?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, that's not like just not reinforcing it." And then he kept asking about it, and then it backfired. It completely solidified.
Oh no!
Did he ask you why you hate them?
Why do you hate these kind of pants?
Why do you not want these pants in our neighborhood? Yes, it was. It's tricky these days with language. The other thing, so
did you finally explain that it is a word that sounds like a word that
I don't know that I went that far.
You
with
didn't?
it.
Okay.
No, I think I just was like, no. You know what I said is I said that's a very old-fashioned word. No one uses it anymore. So people might not understand what you're saying if you use it. Just try to kick it out of his repertoire.
Yep.
You know?
You don't need that one.
No one says that. Yeah. It's true. They don't. So Descanso was a bit crowded, and there was so this is just a botanical garden type place. I don't know if you guys have been there. And there's like a rose garden part. And so, there's all these rose bushes, and we're standing for some reason. I forget. We're just sort of standing. And there was this family amongst the rose bushes. And so the son, probably 15, just bored, like any 15-year-old would be around a bunch of rose bushes.
and his family.
I am assuming. And he's just like, And the dad, who's maybe, 8 feet away at a different rose bush, is kind of crouched at the rose bushes. And it's just a funny thing. So he's just crouching. He's like, hey, to the son, like, come look at the roses. Then the son's like, he's like, come look at the roses. And I'm like, what is this new toxic masculinity? I don't understand this one. It's like not good to yell like that, but it's about roses. I'm not sure. I was so just delighted and confused.
When you told me about it, though, there were more rounds of
there probably were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come look at the roses. Yeah, come look at these roses now. Look at this rose.
I'm so mad. Like, come look at the roses.
You don't stop and smell these. Oh my god!
Yeah, how fucking good does that smell? God damn it! Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's pink.
We're all headed that way with kid. We're headed down that path.
Yeah.
Every day it's getting closer, going
super
faster
angry.
than a roller coaster. What do you say?
You get angry. Your plans to get super angry.
Yeah, but just you just like the kid. They're sweet now, and you're like, they're like they like stuff, and they're like, look at these roses, and like this. I've never seen this before, and they're excited. We're coming. We're just down the road here.
Well, you know what? You're. I think you're getting at it. Like he was frustrated that his son had become so jaded.
Yeah.
He wanted that little kid back who used to love roses.
Yeah.
You know, and he's mad about it.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna take
I've seen roses, Dad.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh God. By the way, there is a teenager accent. I don't know if you know. I don't know if I can do it. But I don't care if you're from L.A. or Tucson or Boston. There is a
fourth place.
Yeah, there is this, or even
Some other
another place other than those, and only teenagers have it, and it's beyond read. And I heard it at Descanso, and I meant to remember it. So this is a disappointing story. But pay attention, folks, and write to me. Tell me if you hear it out in the wild.
shoot. You know what that means? That means that we have old people accents.
Well, for sure.
That's right.
It's like we're like they're like you say treasure for
Listen,
treasure.
I tried to
like
say
that's us.
slaps. Like that song slaps, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
I
don't
can't say it.
don't do
No,
that.
I can't. That's old guy language for sure.
We've aged out of some words.
Yes, we
It's
have.
a real drag.
No, I know.
Oh,
It's,
man.
It's a real drag, as they say in contemporary times. Right now periods.
It's quite a downer for the children.
Yeah, we are going, and I can't believe we're doing this. We're going camping this weekend, although it's more like glamping, I guess. Although, is it?
Is that what you're telling yourself so that you go camping?
Is it glamping, really? I mean,
well,
there's
I
a
think
cabin.
that glamping is just anything that isn't actually like in a tent.
Then it is
with
glamping.
Open fire.
To me, it
Yeah.
seems rustic.
For you, it is. For you,
Yes, it is.
I mean, there's still a bathroom. We're in a cabin with a bathroom.
Yeah, that's great.
You have to clean up after yourself.
I know.
What is this? You have to bring glow sticks for night. What?
Yeah.
For night.
Bring glow sticks for night.
Is there Wi-Fi?
No, that's the biggest problem.
That might just be camping.
I almost backed.
This feels like it when you have to print out a map because your GPS is not going to work once you get there. Excuse
No
me.
joke. I almost
Camping.
pulled out when I heard. I almost pulled out of the trip when I heard that
Bukkake,
there was
bukkake.
when there was no Wi-Fi. I do not know. Like, this is gonna be a test.
We've never not been
The
without
other
Wi-Fi.
thing is too, like, this is
cool.
with a bunch of families and kids. I don't know any of them.
Yeah,
So this
it's
is
with our kids' school, but we don't. The families that we know aren't going on this trip,
It's-
and what do they know that we don't?
like, it could go either way. It could be like, oh my god, I ended up like loving these people, or it could be like, oh fuck, that was a long 2 days. You know,
It's 2 days.
no Wi-Fi with these people that they better be good to hang out with.
That's the number one thing having a kid for me was like one of the biggest fears was like that school age where you're like slammed together with people that
Yes.
you have no intention of being friends with, but you got to do life with now.
Oh yeah, my greatest fear is one of my boys becoming best friends with lame parents. Yep, I know. Oh no, and then you got to hang out all the time. Thank God, so far.
So
they've
far,
been
it's
really
been
good.
yeah. They've chosen well. So anyway, though,
Yes.
that wasn't the story. That was just an aside. The story. This is going back to what we were saying about little kids being fascinated by pretty mundane stuff. In the cabin that we're staying in, because it's glamping, there's a couch bed, and Elliot is so excited about a couch that turns into a bed. Like anyone that we tell about this, he's like, "Wait, don't, let me tell her." He's like, "There's a couch," and then, but he's like, "Mom, but what if Owen pushes the button and turns it
He's
back into a
expecting an
couch?"
automated.
Oh, sure.
He's afraid that Owen's going to push
Right.
the button.
Hands coming out of the wall.
That's amazing. He's going to get eaten by a cat.
Yeah, that's what he's afraid. So I imagine from that person to the one who does not, the teenager who doesn't care about a rose is pretty disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What does the rose turn into? Nothing?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it's like the closest thing to a real life transformer.
It
Yeah.
really, I mean, I'm remembering that excitement. We bought a couch bed. We didn't call it that though.
A pullout?
Sofa bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was always pretty neat, even though
You move your phone off the table. Sometimes it's interference.
It's on airplane.
it was always pretty neat, even after we'd had it for a long time. Even though it was the world's most uncomfortable bed with that bar in the middle of your back.
But you deal with it because you're like, did you know that our couch is also a bed?
Yeah.
We do fine. We
Did
do
you know
pretty
our
well.
living room can be a bedroom too? This is like it transforms the whole universe.
I remember the joy of being a child and going to my grandparents' house where they had a garage, so that there was a button that you could push that could open the garage. Like,
Yes.
that was some shit. That was
Yes.
like elevators take a break.
I wouldn't go to a museum if there weren't buttons to push at the museum. Like, you call yourself a museum and there are no buttons?
Yeah. Our kids fight over who gets to push the button on the garage at my parents' house.
Yeah, they do. Now we've got it down to they both have to have their finger on it at the same time.
Me and Todd used to do that when we would record our old podcasts.
Even still, we didn't push record a couple of times.
Ben,
Yes.
I hear you have some fun facts as well.
Yes, they're here on my phone.
The one that Tony just made you put away.
I was hearing a little noise and I didn't know it might be coming from the phone.
No, I would not bring that. Oh, look how off the settings are because airplane. That's interesting.
Your phone is glamping.
Fun facts. These are true and falses.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't know whether to go. Like, I think I should just one at a time it, and you can true and false on the way. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that makes
All
sense.
right.
Right to me.
True or false? My first TV credit was as Ben Acker, Heart Attacker.
Like in the credits.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I'm gonna go true.
false. Just to be.
I'm also going false.
The Trues have it. The show Biorhythm. MTV's Biorhythm.
Now, were you trying to get that to be your?
No, that was not. I would not ask for that. That was given to me.
I see.
By my aunt and uncle's children's nanny sister's baby's daddy, whose couch I was staying on because I had just moved to town.
Interesting. Are you keeping score over there?
Yeah, should I not be?
I mean,
We could just do it for fun. You
well,
know
no,
what?
it's okay. Grind the show to a halt and make sure you write everyone's name down.
Okay.
We'll be quiet while you do that.
Should I just push on with the next?
Yes.
I once got the red carpet rolled out for me at an optometrist's office because they thought I said Ben Affleck on the phone. The office was empty. They canceled other appointments or rescheduled them, drew the shades, had ready the really good frames. There were high-end snacks and booze.
False.
Get the fuck out of here. I hope that's true.
I want it to be true, but I'm also going false.
Shit, man. I think false. I feel like I'd know this.
It was false. They had that option at my optometrist's office.
Did they really?
Where they would, like, if you're
If you had to
celebrity
be-
status.
Wait, so what would
Didn't
happen?
you tell them Ben Acker heart attacker?
That's
I
right.
didn't sound like I said
And they were
heart
like, yeah,
attacker.
that's not a thing. That's not.
So if
can't-
you-
that's
it's-
not guild.
So if Matt Damon calls and makes an appointment, what happens?
That happens, I'm sure.
But like, is there an actual red carpet, or is it just?
It's whatever the optometrist version.
But it's
of
like
it.
booze,
Yeah.
lower the lights, just make it really nice.
Yeah, it was an option at this place.
Wow.
And also, I had been mistaken for Ben Affleck on the phone, but quickly corrected it because I'm not going to back that up when I show up. You're going to be disappointed.
Not Ben Affleck. I'm Batman.
I have co-written 3 Star Wars middle grade novels, 2 Star Wars tie-in Marvel comics, and 1 Star Wars song.
I'm going to say true.
I mean, how else would you know Tone Zone? So it's got to be true.
Oh, yeah.
It's not why we know each other. I don't. I mean, I want to say true until you said the song. I don't know if I know about this song, but I'll stick with true.
I'm sure about the song. I'm going to go true.
You're all very right.
Who sings it?
Rhett Miller.
Yeah, that's
Oh, cool.
Nice.
It is on. You can find it on your YouTube if you look up. It's called Rebel Scum.
All right. I don't know if, I don't remember hearing about that. I apologize.
Oh, it was just in a passing tweet. I don't know. Like we didn't know how
Yeah.
to make it.
But, as a friend and
But I gotta
Star
get
Wars
up on,
nerd,
right?
I'm
I gotta get up on
ashamed
some
of myself.
podcast and be like, go to YouTube and listen to the Star Wars song, y'all. And then last one. In one episode of Frasier, I played Maris, a character you never see. Oh wait, I have one more besides that.
That's false.
I believe that's false.
False.
Yeah, that's false.
It is false. In one episode of Will and Grace, I played Stan, a character you never see.
Oh.
I did remember
that
you
was-
had some sort of Will
that
and
was a
Grace.
fun fact.
How did that
False.
No,
Wait, how was it just your voice?
no, it was my feet.
Oh.
Karen was in the tub. This is after the holiday party where Megan Mullally grabs me by the arm and she said, "Come on, honey, we're starting rumors." I'm a 21-year-old PA, and we went everywhere arm in arm that night. And people were like, "What's going on with you and Megan?" And all I would say was, "A gentleman does not discuss." In the next episode, she's in a hot tub with her husband, his feet over her shoulder. And they're like, "Who are you comfortable with in a tub, Megan?" And she said, "Ben, only Ben." And NBC paid for a pedicure for me. My Feet Got 3 Jokes, directed by Jimmy Burrows, sitcom legend. And I was no longer there when they needed Stan's hands 2 seasons later. That was a writer named Jeff Greenstein played Stan's hands.
Yeah, I didn't think that looked like your hands.
No, they're big apish hands, but not as mine as I would have.
Does everything end with Megan Mullally that night? Does she ever recognize you again, talk to you again later in
That
your
season,
time
I mean,
there?
I was there that whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pals, but we didn't we weren't really.
That was the only
No,
bath.
of course.
Yeah. And then, okay, I rounded it out with a 5th fact or lie. A truesy falsy, I think they're called. Never seen Top Gun, never will.
If that's true, I'm with you. I'm gonna go true.
True. I'm going to say true, too.
True.
True. I feel like I'm transparent.
But you will see the sequel.
No. What? We'll see no tops, no guns.
You have to see the sequel only.
I'm going to be so lost. I'll be like, who's that guy?
Yeah,
What's
you
that
really-
plane?
What's a maverick mean?
It really is deep lore. You can't, you
I'll
can't
be
just
like,
start
That guy who
with part
just saw
two.
the fourth Hobbit movie.
Yeah.
That's the best option. You have to see this movie.
I guess.
We're going right now.
Yeah. All right. We're going to Patreon it.
I did not keep score because I didn't want to grind the show to a halt, but I feel like I won. Thank you for those fun facts.
You're welcome.
Tony, are you wearing a Danhausen?
Fun fact.
Dang it. Are you wearing a Danhausen shirt? I recognize
I
that
am.
due to my new interest in wrestling.
I am. I'm impressed that you've called that out. Yeah.
Is that Barack Obama in the middle?
Yeah.
There's so many teeth on that shirt.
Yeah.
Does he knock his teeth out a lot or something?
No, he carries a jar of teeth and pours them in people's mouths.
Oh, delicious.
But wait,
That's
the only
so
place they
gross.
already have teeth?
Yeah, well, that's his logic. It's a comedy character. It's supposed to be ridiculous, and his logic behind it is it can't be illegal because there's already teeth in your mouth.
That's not how legal works.
Yeah, that's straight law.
You got to throw logic out the window in this kind of thing.
He has a similar bite to our son Owen. Look at the shirt, Daniel.
Yeah. Well, Owen has
An open bite like that.
because he's
The second is pacifier.
But it looks like Obama if he were the monster in the
Kinda
Exorcist,
does.
right?
It looks like when Obama first started his presidency, there were these posters where the said socialist, and it was like him as the Joker, which is like, oh man, you got him. You got him. That's the end of his presidency now. Congrats. And it looks like that.
Let's say hello and welcome to my new patrons.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/AllisonRosen.
Hello and welcome to Allie Noth. Hello and welcome to Caleb Backstrom. He signed up for an annual subscription and he's at the texting level. Caleb, now that you're at that level, a bunch of posts should become unlocked for you, and some of those should have the phone number for texting there. If you don't see it, send me a direct message or like a private message on Patreon.
Although in my experience, texting Allison does not lead to good places.
What does that mean?
It got me here. Just careful is all I'm saying.
That was
You might have to write an intro before too long.
Yeah, you'll have to start writing intros every week. It's a whole thing.
You emailed me, is the truth.
Well,
It's different.
Texting is today's email.
Hello and welcome to Mythical Maker, who signed up for an annual subscription. And hello and welcome to Manuel Garcia, who was or converted to an annual subscription. Hello. Thank you, everyone, for your Patreon support. Reminder, I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
Patreon.
It's a ton of fun, everyone. Let's see. I know that there's a quiz. Okay, Tony, I'm going to ask you what we should do. But just mirror everyone's. We've also got this quiz that you mentioned, but you've told me it's very dumb.
Yeah, we don't have to do the quiz.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I enjoy stuff.
I really more enjoyed what I'll just share what this was so the backstory is Allison had told me, like, if there's, since Todd's on the show, if there's like any segments you guys used to do, if you wanted to do it, we could do that. And I felt like nothing really like would fit very well. And then we used to do the Christmas quiz sometimes, but these were like, I was like, I don't want to do Christmas for this. And then I was remembering something that we did on our Patreon where we celebrated Maypril, which was where we celebrated in the month of May, we celebrated the month of April. And so it's going to be a bunch of questions about April that we would celebrate in May. That's all it was.
Like, what's an example?
All right, you want one?
Yeah.
Now, was this like you're just celebrating what just happened?
It just any
Or just
any
the idea of April?
just any
The
April will
spirit
do.
of April.
Did we have June Ply for like July or July?
I think this is the only month seller because
We
we
had
did
a lot of these
because there
dumb
was
months.
like didn't we do we did January
Januarkle.
because we watched episodes of Family Matters and gave it that catchy name of Januarkle.
Did you do that?
Yeah, we really did that.
we watched a lot. We watched a lot of Family Matters. It holds up, just like you think it would.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay, Well, you know what? I'll just do two questions
Okay,
because these
great.
were my favorite ones that I found.
Okay.
So I was doing some Googling and I ended up on a website called thespruce.com.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay. So the website thespruce.com gave a list of 30 reasons to celebrate in April. And it's a list of special days and unconventional holidays to observe. Which of the following of these is not real?
But hold on. In May, you could celebrate them all at once.
Wait, this happens in May, and we celebrate April and May, right?
Well, this is
No, these
celebrating-
happen in April.
These are
but
April holidays.
This is celebrating
celebrated
all
in
the
May.
April holidays that you just celebrated. Now you celebrate them in May.
Okay.
Whenever you want.
Todd, okay, there's a thing called a calendar. Yeah, you with me?
I'm almost.
All right. Now on it, there's May and April.
Yeah.
What we're
yeah.
doing here is Apriling up some May.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you know that when you said we did a thing on our Patreon that I almost was like, oh, I wonder if I don't know if I heard the Patreon episodes. It's literally what I thought.
I thought for sure you were just going to say you were wondering if you're going to remember because that was always the thing is you'd never remember.
I have no idea. Yeah. These are all new jokes to me. Maypril is new.
All right, so which of these is not real to celebrate in the month of April? National Velociraptor Awareness Day. Draw a picture of a bird day. National Glazed Spiral Ham Day. National Hug a Magician Day.
Oh my God.
Velociraptor Awareness Day
Is
is
there a
not
more
real.
benign month than April?
Right?
We're guessing the one that isn't real.
The one that is not real, believe it or not.
I mean, I
Three of
hope
those
the
four.
Hug a Magician one is not real.
I'm going to go Spiral Ham.
You going with
Hug a Magician.
I'm going straight magic.
two magics, Allison?
I think the Velociraptor one's not
Oh,
real.
yes.
That's the one I want not to be real.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys?
They don't deserve it.
Two of yous is right.
What?
Hug a
Magician
Magish?
one's not
The
real?
magician one is not real.
Okay, God. Thank God.
Wow.
I love me some April, baby.
Yeah. And every week, because we all knew the National Glazed Spiral Ham Day was real.
We all didn't. I didn't know it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Also from the Spruce, it's basically the same thing, but these are April has been dubbed these different months. And
May.
Well, it's
Oh my
dubbed
God.
The May of months.
Okay. So the entire month of April, which of these is not celebrated in April? International Remote Control Helicopter Month, National Soft Pretzel Month, International Guitar Month, or National Pecan Month, or Pecan, whichever you prefer.
I mean,
Which,
Which
isn't it?
what's the second one?
National Soft Pretzel Month.
If this is a trick and they're all bullshit, you are a mastermind.
I promise you it's not.
It's got to be the. It's got to be the helicopter.
It's got to be a helicopter.
Yeah, it's got to be the helicopter.
Guitar.
Daniel, you fucked up. It's helicopter.
Hey, boy.
Well, I thought, it'd be a good helicopter month, actually. You figure, right?
Of all the months,
Of all the months.
that would be the one you'd do.
Because spring has sprung. Get your
Sprung, so am
helicopter.
I have a
Helicopter.
Feliz Navipod question. What is Talkin' Target? Because this comes up on my show.
I'm so sorry that this happens to you.
Well, it does. Yeah,
It
like
doesn't
some
come up.
some
Yeah,
listeners have written.
Listeners
in about
bring it up.
Okay,
and I'm
yeah.
like, what is it?
Barely a
find
thing.
it.
I know. What's the thing?
Don't.
That I got said it because I was gonna try to use some of the songs, and like I think the hard drive that I had all the songs on broke.
Oh no! Really?
I think most of them, yeah. So I don't even know if
wow.
I have Talking Target at all.
I mean, you
Or-
probably
Crazy.
don't. You have the episodes some. Not that you can get it right now, but you
Yeah.
have the episodes somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Tony would write a song like we'd just get talking about something stupid, and this one in particular, I wrote a jingle for Target where I just like in
because
the
Target
room,
used to just like naturally come up all the time.
we would just be talking like, yeah, I was at Target last week. Like, oh, talking Target, and so I just sang a jingle in the room, and then Tony was like, I'll put some music to that, and it worked. It just became like a jingle.
And it's like it was the Patreon of like anytime someone said
Yeah.
Target, then the little
Yeah.
because it was like a 2-second song.
It's very dumb. Like they're not songs. They're like
Yeah,
barely reasonable.
The bridge is fucking exceptional.
how did it sound?
Talking Target. Wait,
No, that's the.
here you go. Hit the mark. Something like that.
Let's do it. Hit the mark.
Let's do it. Hit the mark. Yeah. Is that how it went?
Talking Target. Let's do it. Hit the mark. And then at the end you went, I wrote that.
Did you think about doing the game where we sing songs and see if we're on key? That's a lot of work.
About it. Yeah, it's like and that's such a like after the fact payoff.
Yeah, it's not fun in the room.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a couple just me or everyone's.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
All right. I hear you guys have. So this is where people write in with things that they think or do, and they wonder, is it just me or is it everyone? And we weigh in. But if our guests have just me or everyone's, then we would like to hear those.
I have one too.
All right.
I had one also.
Oh, great. Okay, Daniel, what's yours?
Residents.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking about this yesterday as I was we never had chips in the house until we had kids, and now we just full of junk food. In a bag of Lay's chips, but I think it might apply to all kinds of chips. The curled ones are the best ones. If the chip is curled in some way instead of just flat, for some reason I prefer it, and I'm not sure why. Maybe there's more crunch happening. There's better mouthfeel.
I think it's gathering more flavor powder.
Not sure if that's true.
Okay.
But I will go for those. I will go for those in the bag before the flat ones.
Do you look in the bag and choose?
Yeah, I'll look for those. Yeah.
That might.
If there's a bowl, I'll pick out the curled ones.
Bowl.
I can't say that I do that.
Okay,
but I'm not judging you.
It's okay.
Thing is, I'm not, excuse me, a big potato chip person. And
that's not what I heard.
And yet I can see how you're right.
Because if you can get your teeth on the fold,
the wave,
that is a superior crunch to just a flat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm not sure
I'll pick up what you're putting down.
Yeah, okay, great.
I'm not sure I pick one out extra, like choosy wise. But I when it comes to my mouth, I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's party time.
Yeah, now we're getting somewhere, chips.
Now we're cooking with gas.
So do you literally only? Am I just an animal? Do you just literally just eat one chip at a time?
Well,
I feel like I'll
depends.
throw a couple.
At the
little
beginning
ones in.
of everyone knows that at the beginning of a Lay's bag, it's the pick of the litter. It's
Right.
just like big hole. You see those big hole chips that are
Size of your head.
Yeah, you just get to,
like a cross section of an entire potato.
Like at the beginning of the bag, one chip is enough.
Yeah.
At a time, but midway through, now you're down to the broken pieces, and so you double them up. By the end, it's just like
pretty soon you're pouring the
mushing them
bag in
together
your mouth.
into like a sort of a sphere of chip dust. So but I'm talking at the beginning when you really have the choice.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm on board with it.
Okay.
All right, so it's an everyone.
Hey, listen, try it out. Let me know how it goes. Write to me.
Is that the Quantz method for eating chips?
Which part? The whole.
Selecting a curled
Yes, of
chip.
course. Yes. Quants.
If you open a bag of Fritos, you're like, oh no.
I hope there's a
Only
flat one.
Yeah.
That's an oops all curves.
Hello, Frito-Lay. Oops, all curves.
Todd or Ben, what's your JMO?
You do it.
Mine is when I text someone, I will send by the beat. Like this. I'm done with this part of the sentence, or maybe it's a whole sentence. But I'm not like, and I have more to say. Let me put it all in one.
Right.
Send this thought, then this thought, then this thought. And those equal like, now I'm done. And I don't know if other people are like, let me just send one text. That's nicer. So it buzzes once in somebody's pocket. Let me do a whole paragraph.
Right.
And send it. I'm like, this is my idea. And it continues here and it continues here. I don't know.
Now, does this come from, are you trained by Twitter to have your idea chopped up, or is it?
No, I think it preceded Twitter. It's the conversational style that I employ that I try and mirror.
Interesting.
In text.
I think I do. I think it's all over the place. I think I do it sometimes, and sometimes I don't.
Sometimes you'll just whole thought, like, type it out.
Yeah, I feel like it.
Sign it at the end like a letter.
Yeah, you ever get those texts from anybody?
Yes.
That sign their name.
Yes. And then I just think this person is on a keyboard. It's like they have, or they've like copied and pasted this from some other app or something. Maybe they haven't, but like the way it's formatted and stuff.
I'm going to start signing every text. I love it. It's like such a...
Start each one with "Dear so-and-so."
In college, I lived in a house with a bunch of people, and one time we got an answering machine message from Jeff's grandma that it was just Jeff, it's your grandma. It's been a while. We haven't talked, and I'm doing fine. I hope you are well. Anyway, call me when you get a chance. Love, Granny Baxter.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's great. I mean, the thing about your texting method, and no offense, but I think that if I were on the other side of that...
No, you got to say none taken.
None taken, by the way.
Now you legally cannot.
You cannot take offense.
I'm so mad, though.
No, you're
Yeah,
not.
now you know how I feel.
No, you aren't mad,
Yeah,
though.
What do we do with it?
You got to
I say goodbye to our agency. I guess.
Is that
The
like...
Supreme Court this week?
I know.
We'll be right back.
Is the bzz,
Yeah.
bzz,
Yeah.
bzz, it's like, oh, here's fucking...
Here's this jackass.
Yeah.
Texting me to the beat of his own.
Do you find that people wait a while to respond to you?
Do you find that your friends
Well, no, because I...
seem to
Well,
disappear?
It's been a real quarantine type. So everybody's got things going on. Who knows if it's bad or me? Or
Did you start with a larger group of friends and you finding that they're...
Well, because I wouldn't
they're
do
busy.
that.
They got married. They have kids now. It's all.
I wouldn't do that because I would be afraid they would chime in before I was done with what I'm saying. So I get it all in there so it's there.
Yes, like when you're in the midst of telling a whole long story and then the person responds in the middle and then it like... Wait, no. Sorry. When they're telling you a story and you're still reading it and then they say more and it pushes it up.
Oh, yeah.
And you lose your place in their long story, right?
There's a new invention. It's the wrong word, but where you can reply to the one specific balloon.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Yes.
You hold your finger on it,
Oh.
and it gives you the option of like a heart or a thumbs up or whatever, or reply straight up.
I didn't know that.
It's good.
It's good.
And I feel like it's accommodating my type texting.
Right.
I got to try that.
Well, it's good.
Scattershot.
Yeah, if someone's giving you a bunch of things to reply to, you can do that. Or if it's a group thread, you can say, "I'm talking."
Ooh,
to this
I got to do
person."
that because I've received ones like that, but I didn't know how to send it.
Yeah.
It's a little weird at first because it like gets rid of everything else, and you're like, "How does that come back?"
Yeah, but then it comes back.
Then it comes back. You gotta finesse it.
I love finessing.
I got the sense.
You got to really ask it right. It won't come back.
You got to sass it.
Come on, phone. You can do it.
Thank you. That's a good JMO.
Thank you.
Todd.
Okay. Now, I'll preface this by saying I'm normally in therapy this hour, which I canceled to come here.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Oh,
You're gonna go cuckoo.
this is my therapy. You guys owe me mental health. So
Please tell me you rescheduled. Not just flat out
I
canceled.
tried to. I got a busy week. It's okay. I go as much as I can.
Okay.
He loves me. He's fine with it. Speaking of,
I need him to love me. He loves me. I need him to.
that's not untrue. So this is related. So when I don't talk to somebody for a while, like if I like have been in touch and then just a year goes by, the longer that time goes, the more mad I think they are at me.
Oh, that's everyone.
Is it normal?
I mean, that's not uncommon.
Okay, good.
I think
Mad
so.
how?
Like they don't like me. They're kind of like I did something and I've frustrated them. Like I just go like oh,
there's
man,
a reason for this time.
Yeah, if I run into them somewhere, I'm going to be like, oh no.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you get to a point where you're like, well, I can't text him now?
I feel like that happens.
Yeah, I think I've done that before. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Oh man, I thought that was.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think it's everyone, but I think it's pretty common.
This therapy has been a waste of my time. I'm very normal and fine.
Yes.
Todd, I forgive you.
Thank you.
I assume they're mad at me because I haven't. So that's why I would say like, oh man, I've been neglecting this friendship.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah,
that's how
they
I
must
took
be
it.
pissed at me. Not that we haven't had this off because they're mad at me. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is what you're saying.
I'm saying like there's a little of both.
Yeah.
Like definitely like oh I should have hit them up, but also like did I do something that they're not contacting me?
Right.
Like is it everything cool? And then I just get in a pit of like it's not cool. Something's wrong. I did something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad that's all of us.
But I'm that way all the time, even if time hasn't passed.
Yeah. Is that right?
Oh yeah, like I'm always, as soon as I say goodbye to you, I'm thinking like, how did I offend that person? How did I? Oh my god, I can't believe I said that. Like it's just torture. I've had to train myself to realize like most people are not thinking at all.
No, they're thinking.
Well, they're thinking about themselves. Yeah. And just be like, well, if I did, that's okay too. Like that's taken some training, but
if they're going to discard this friendship based on my being sloppy with one sentence,
right,
then it's not a great friendship.
So definitely, yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
I have that a lot of like you leave going like everyone's thinking about me. No, like why would they?
Why?
Like you leave and they're like that guy's gone. What else is there?
Yeah.
That's what they think the whole time. What else is there?
Part of the problem is we can't see ourselves.
Yeah.
So you can't have that objective view. Yeah. So you just can imagine how you're coming across. Yeah. And of course, I will imagine the worst. Like I'll imagine I'm too loud.
Where'd you get that idea?
Yeah. And then it's like, oh my God, was I coming on too strong? Was I like too eager, or whatever? Yeah. It's because you should have someone taking video of you.
No, and then you have to see that video?
I know, I would never watch
horrifying.
it. Never. No, it would be worse than you can imagine.
Yeah, no. You're bad enough.
Yeah.
But seeing how bad you are, Jesus.
I know. No, you wouldn't want that.
And then you just catch up to live of you just watching you right now. It would get really confusing.
Oh my God.
Like that part in Spaceballs.
Because you're fast forwarding commercials.
Oh.
I was thinking about how. Oh, you have a just mirror, everyone. Tony, I'll get to that in 1 second. I was thinking about how all humans, or at least the vast majority of humans, love validation and approval and compliments. Like how good it feels. Oh, thank you. Like how good it feels when you find out that you made a good impression on someone you weren't intending to, or like, oh, I just ran into so-and-so. They were just saying how nice you are, or just random positive thing you hear about yourself. It's just like, it feels like a warm hug. And I was thinking it's sort of how we are so wired to need that and to want that. And I don't know if all of us just didn't get a little bit of something or other when we were growing up, or if it's just innate in humans to want that. But for the first time, I was sort of thinking about it like how, all dogs love to be, scratched under the chin, or it's like, to dogs, physical affection is something they all want. And like to humans, this sort of verbal affirmation is something we seemingly all want. And I don't think I had a point, but just how powerful that need is for all of us. Cause like this is so embarrassing to admit, but I think I've talked before about this. I feel so embarrassed whenever I talk about this, but like, sometimes when I'm feeling really like stressed or anxious or nervous or whatever, I'll just imagine like in the same way that I would console my children, I'll imagine giving myself a hug and like trying to sort of talk myself down, and it makes me feel better. But this is so embarrassing. One of these things that I will say to myself that like totally makes me feel better and calms me is, again, I want to die saying this, but maybe it'll help someone. And I just talk about it in my own therapy. Is like, if I just say to myself, you are good. It like,
and you say it and you believe it.
It's like weirdly, powerfully,
good. So you are good is what you need to hear.
Yes, but like repeatedly, like you are good. You are good.
Like
you
good
are
enough,
good.
or like good,
no,
like morally.
I don't even know. But it's like what my soul needs to hear. And then I'm like, what does that mean? Does some part of me think I'm bad? Like, I don't know. Todd is nodding.
I have this. I'm with you. I don't.
What is that?
I don't know, but I'm going to employ it.
Yeah.
Because I certainly, like, I've been described by many as a yellow lab. I just am like, I'm a good boy, right? Am I a good boy?
Yeah.
What's
Daniel,
the task? Am I a good boy?
When I say good, I don't mean it in a you are like safe, you are okay, even though it means that too. No, like you are good, you are good, you are lovable. Yes.
So you want me to, you're a good girl, good girl.
But toss me a treat.
Yeah.
Like when someone's mad at me, it means I'm being bad.
Yes.
And so like it is like that is the talk down that you're giving, which I'm like 100% there. I'm like, yeah, that's what I need.
I will tell you this. I saw a shrink. Like I went on a date with a psychiatrist. And
Oh, I thought you meant you
Got
saw
it.
a shrink like you
Yeah, I
had
did
therapy. Yeah.
also that.
Yeah.
But it was a really good date. And at the end of it, she looked at me and saw through me and she said, "You're a good boy."
Oh my
And
God.
it was like, yeah, it was fucking everything. Yeah, it was really a thing. I was like, I didn't know I needed that.
And she's like, "That's why we can't see each other
That'll be
anymore."
$125.
Well, just like
That's a good rate.
Copay.
I don't want to get
Yeah.
both.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, we
and
all, or many of us need that.
I almost brought it as one of my lies about myself. When the first day I met my writing partner, we went to the coffee shop and swapped stories. And all of my stories were true and about me. And all of his stories he told in the first person, but they were not true about him. They were true about his friend, Howie, who is much more entertaining than him. And so
Get
he'd
that
tell the
guy.
story in the first person. And then he'd go, "No, that didn't really happen to me. That happened to my friend, Howie." And one of the things that Howie did,
That's amazing.
right, was when he would feel low about himself, when he'd feel blue, he'd go up to the roof of his house and he'd stand on the roof of his house and he'd go, "Da, da, 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 da. I'm cool." And I thought, I forgot when I was writing them down to put that
That's
as,
what worked for him.
I don't know if it worked for him. I can't imagine it working too well. But I'm glad that there was an opportunity conversationally to work in da 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 da. Shaving a haircut, I'm cool.
Wow. I have a friend who I work with who actively looks for reasons to talk good about somebody. And it's such an important, it's a thing I've learned from him is to you call it good mouthing.
Yeah.
For years you've said that. And I'm like, I've stolen that.
Nice.
And I'm like, whenever I see someone, I'm like, "Hey, we've been good mouthing you.
Yeah.
Here's what people are saying." Because you do, when I'm not here, what are people saying? And you just looking for reasons to do that. It really shapes a culture.
Oh,
about
yeah.
people.
It's good.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good to do.
It's good to do.
It's good to have in your pocket when you see a person and be like, "People love you, and here's why."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all need it. It's true.
It's more like I wonder, why do we all
Man, oh,
need
man.
that so much though? Or is it just in the same way that and sorry to keep comparing humans to dogs, but in the same way that we all know XYZ about dogs, is that just human nature? We just fundamentally need this thing.
Because we're social creatures
Yeah.
who need to connect with other people, and it's if anything has become super clear over the last couple of years, it's that we
Right.
need community and we need to feel like we fit in and that we're not going to get pushed out and rejected by that community. So those words are connecting words. When someone compliments you, it's you're good, you're part of this, and that feels really good. I've noticed lately that this is just me, everyone. When I'm at a Starbucks or anywhere where there's a service person, I'm I really am trying to connect with that person, not consciously, but I find myself just hi, seeing them and really how are you, and joking around with them, and then walking away or driving away thinking yeah, that was good. I don't know, just having another person
week
there,
and a
just
half.
really wanting to connect with them.
A week and a half after Trump was elected, we brought our show to New York, and I was not ready to do anything, but I didn't have to do anything. It was written, and the actors wanted to, everybody wanted to do it and have a different feeling than they had. But I went. It was a week and a half, so the podcasts had just started to land of that previous week of people go having their reactions and being just shaken and broken, and so I'm listening to that on the way to the airport, and I get to the airport and bring my luggage to the place, and the lady says, "Hi, how are you?" Because that's what people say. And I was like, "Hi, I don't know." And we had this, we ended up hugging on the scale, because we were both just feeling that same shell-shocked thing of that time.
Right.
But it was just such a
But isn't that a great memory and a great feeling? Oh yeah, we stop treating each other based on the roles we're playing and start seeing each other as human beings. When we were at Disneyland, we're at California Adventure, and we had this whole drama about the fucking cookies. So there was this, there's this cappuccino cart. Call it a cart, but it's permanent. And I can't even remember the sequence of events. It's such a blur, but it's I got cookies.
You got one sugar cookie and one chocolate chip cookie, and we offered them to. They weren't even for the kid. They weren't really for anyone, but the kids We're hungry, so
You did something.
I
that
broke
fucked
off
everything up.
I broke off. Elliot wanted
Listen
some of
to
the
what she did. You
Elliot
will be like horrified.
Elliot wanted some of the chocolate chip cookies, so I broke off a piece
Unbelievable.
and gave it to him. And then he got upset because he wanted the whole cookie. So I gave the piece to Owen and I gave the cookie to Elliot.
No good.
Oh, no.
This was
Trash.
unacceptable.
Now it's trash. That
He
$4
wanted-
cookie is garbage.
he wanted
now.
a whole. He wanted the and yeah.
So then I went up
Exactly.
and got another
So you
one.
went and got another cookie.
What happened to that one?
Oh no.
Something
So
happened.
then he
bird.
ate. So he ate
If
some
only.
of that cookie. So now we have two
Mint condition.
like well no now both cookies have been eaten a little bit. So then they go on a ride, they come back, and now I go to give Owen or Elliot, and I give the wrong ones to them. So now we have to go get more cookies.
His brother touched the cookie, soiled, no good. And so now I gotta go get a third cookie at this fucking same place. And I go up, and I was just like, the gal who was working there, who had served me the other cookies, I go, "Do you have kids?" And I'm not saying that this is great comedy or anything, but this is
great
about
new
the
material.
connecting. So it's like, I go, "Hey, do you have kids?" And she's like, "No," but she does. She goes, "No, I don't." And I go, "Don't," and then she's like, "But she does." And then the gal next to her is like, "Oh, I have kids," and we're just talking and just like laughing about how impossible kids were. And there was something about the fact that I was like treating them like they were my friends. Like I was just joking around with them, and they lit up. They were so happy to like not have this robotic relationship with a person. And I'm like, God damn, so much of our society is that. So much of it is just like, yes, I'll have that. No, and I think that's why we get so grouchy and angry, because we're just like not whatever.
It's hard when you live in a city though.
Yeah.
Because you're interacting with so many human beings.
Right.
Like we're barely evolved. Like we're just barely there.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we have in like right on the surface is the societal thing. Being in the group, there's in group, out group, baseline, right? That's up there. Like we all have it in our bones. And so like when you're getting a hug, you go, are we on the out group? Are we all like Trump got elected? Are we the out group?
Yeah.
Do we get out grouped?
I think
And then-
whenever you get a hug.
Every time you get a hug, you're on the out group.
And my
Way to turn it around.
And Trump wins every time you get a hug.
You did this.
Yeah. So, but it's like you hugging is like, no, we're okay.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
part of a group too. We're part of another group. But it is like that. I'm good is like I'm okay to be in the group. I'm like part of it is
Right.
like. But it is hard because we're also like barely evolved and only like are supposed to see like another guy ever. Like maybe one other person in our group every now and again.
Right.
You know, like, and we see 100 people a day
It's
or
too much.
whatever. It's like your brain, like you can't have interactions. So you learn to go like, okay, you're almost a vending machine to me.
Yeah.
And that person goes, I'm a vending machine to you.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's
then
the deal
they're
we
like,
make.
I hate being a vending machine.
Yeah.
Now I'm pissed off.
That's right. Yeah, they're miserable.
But
Yeah.
you're pissed off too because you just treated another human being like they're a vending machine.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
So, on the topic of good mouthing,
Yeah.
I was at Doughboys waiting for a friend. And Doughboys is a restaurant here in Los Angeles where the tables are exactly touching.
I know.
Like, is the podcast now like have a location?
I was thinking the
oh
same
my
thing.
god,
These guys
that's
are
great.
crushing.
It's not. It's unrelated.
Okay, yeah.
And I was sitting at a table for two waiting for my friend. Next to me at another table for two waiting for his companion to join him, an actor that I had not met but was part of this community in which I am a part. It was part of the Second City community, and he had just gotten TV shows for the first time. Was having this success, and everyone around was excited for this nice person that they knew to have deserved success. So I did one of those. That's your name, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, my name is Ben. We don't know each other, but we have these people in common. And everyone is talking about how great it is that you're successful and that it's deserved and that you work hard and are great and blah, blah, blah. Just nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And then his companion comes in, and it is his father who he is there to yell at.
Oh, no.
If you need this many seats at the wedding and mom needs this many seats at the wedding, you're going to have to figure it the fuck out.
Oh, geez.
Like he's there and he's right, but he's got the righteous anger of, there's only this many seats and you guys are causing problems and you don't talk to each other and you're trying to go through me. Like, it was just this whole, everything that you wouldn't want someone to have just gone, I know who you are. Everybody loves you. Anyway, back to your thing. Yeah, Dad? Fuck you.
Oh, man. You have to tell us who it is after we turn the mics off, please. You guys, this has been so much fun. Tony, you're going to have to do your Just Me or Everyone on the next show.
That's fine. It's not important. Not important.
Is that your Just Me or Everyone?
It's just one of the Tony's Picks episodes. We don't need to get to me.
But next week's Tony's Pick too.
Who's on next week's?
We can't reveal that ahead of time.
We'll tell when the mics are off.
Yeah, I know. You guys, this was so much fun. Thank you so much. Todd, tell everyone where they can find you. Plug anything you'd like to plug.
Come get me at Instagram up there at Todd Cooper, I think, or Todd C. Cooper. Plug them both in. See who's there. Same goes for Twitter, which I'm not on anymore. Check out my business, Angel City Lumber. We take trees that come down in Los Angeles and turn them into usable material. We get the trees honored instead of just turned into mulch. That's fun stuff. That's what I do for a living. How about them apples?
I love it.
I do love that.
It's really cool. It's a really fun business. I did not think I would know anything about lumber. If you told me 5 years ago, I'd be like, you're full of it. But yeah, now I'm a lumber guy.
And you didn't bring up 2x4s once on this episode.
It was hurting.
His favorite measurement.
I kept being like, 2x4. This isn't going to fit here.
So wait, now I know someone in the lumber industry?
Yeah, you know a lumber guy.
That is fucking great.
I'm not quite a baron, but soon a lumber baron. I don't know what the...
Ben, what about you?
Oh my gosh, I've got something to plug, y'all.
Please.
Make sure you say the title right.
Can I see a copy of it? It's a hard title. Hi, I wrote a book. I wrote a goddamn book. It's a book of campfire stories and spooky ooks. And it's
See,
called
you said spooky.
Yeah, I'm describing the book.
So was I.
Yeah, we'll go back and listen to the tape. Anyway, let's not all get angry at Tony all over again. It's called Stories to Keep You Alive Despite Vampires. It's for 10 and ups, but also I think it's for all the way ups. Like, I think if you liked any of the things I've done before, the Thrilling Adventure Hour or comic books or anything, if you know who I am, if you tuned in for this guy, you'll like this book. And if you liked me on this show and didn't tune in for me, you tune in for Tony, that's fine. I think you'll like this book. Like, it's to be read to kids. It's to be read. It's for kids. It's for groans. It's silly and non-silly ghost stories. And it comes out August 30th, which is just the end of campfire season and just the start of spooky season. So get yourself this thing. If you pre-order it, it's good for me that you do that. I don't want to explain like the book industry because I'm just new to it, but like, comes out August 30th.
Do they base their
Yes.
It's
manufacturing
like,
on
that
the pre-orders?
kind of thing. Like there's it's if it sells a certain amount per a week, it goes on a list of like New York or something. A New York not best-selling, but selling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is why I didn't, but they count
pre-order
the first week. They count all the pre-orders for the first week. So then the budget goes up for advertising and that kind of thing.
Fantastic. Yeah, but pre-order that.
I'm really happy with it. I'm really proud of it. It's exciting that I'm doing it for me and hopefully for you if you read it.
Yes.
Get it for nieces and nephews. People don't think about they also have nieces and nephews. There's a market in nieces, nephews, nibblings.
Daniel, what about you?
I've got nothing to plug, so just watch Russian Doll Season 2. I'm going to plug that because my good friend Alex is a producer and director on that. And
it was really
he's
good.
Awesome. Yeah. So check it out. But you can find me Twitter and Instagram, Daniel Quantz.
Great. And if you like what you're hearing, and even if you didn't, please make sure you're subscribed and leave us a review, won't you? Because I read them on the show, and I just read them in general, even if I shouldn't. So leave us a review because we're going to do that segment again pretty soon. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Allison Rosen. Subscribe to my free newsletter, AllisonRosen.substack.com. And listen to my other podcasts. Upwardly Weekly comes out on Saturdays, and Childish comes out on Wednesdays. Tony, what about you?
Twitter and Instagram at
Tony Thaxton.
And Bizarre Albums, my podcast every Tuesday. I've mentioned this before, but I played drums on a new record for a band called Joyce Manor that's on Epitaph. It's coming out in June, but there's also 2 singles out now. The new one's called Don't Try. You can stream that anywhere now. And the Motion City Soundtrack Tour starts in just a couple of weeks.
Can I say my Twitter?
Yeah.
I forgot. It's
No, it's over. Sorry.
all right.
No.
Of
Find
course.
Todd. Find Todd and ask him. BNACKER. That's my Twitter and Instagram.
There you go.
At Angel City Lumber. I didn't mention that. Angel City Lumber is my business. Sorry.
That's okay.
And business is good.
Thank
I'm
you.
really plugging away here.
This is the time. Thanks everyone again. Tony, another excellent Tony's picks. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show? We had a good time, but now we gotta go.